What are you looking at?
Our awning that's now, what is this? Perpendicular to the ground instead of parallel with the ground. Not a good day.
I thought you always bring your awning in.
You do.
Again? I did it my fault again?
You ask any of our kids or anybody that knows us, you are 150% anal about the awnings. Until today.
I did it for you, so we didn't get soaking wet when you walked the dogs.
The good news is the back awning's still good. Of course, that might be bad news because it's this big and the front one's this big. So I guess if one of them had to go, maybe it would have been better to be the back one. I don't know.
We're Jimmy and Lisa with FindUsCamping, and today's Tuesday Talks for RVers
is about awnings.
We have to laugh about it. There's nothing else you can do. You saw the footage. You saw what she didn't bring it back in. Go ahead, blame it on me just like you did the other video.
I'll accept that you were being nice and bringing it out so that I could walk the dogs without getting soaked. Of course, the campground that we were at, the water was up over my flip-flops and our entire site. So
it was nasty.
My head wasn't getting wet, but my feet were getting muddy.
So as you can see, we always bring in the awnings whenever we leave, whenever the wind starts blowing, and usually whenever it rains. But this time I was trying to be nice, and you see what happened. So our awning is supposed to dump. It is supposed to one end tip.
It's supposed to break.
It did
not break.
It did break.
I think it's supposed to B-R-A-K-E and not B-R-E-A-K.
Or it should D-U-M-P and dump.
And then it dumps. The one end folds and lets the water off, except that did not happen.
So as you can see, now we are taking it all apart.
We're one awning less than we were before.
We didn't have a ladder, so the campground would not allow us to borrow a ladder.
Yeah,
so
it's a liability if you might get hurt and sue them. But when I said, well, then I guess I'll put my step ladder on top of the picnic table so that I can reach it, they were like, yeah, that'll probably work. I guess I can't sue them for falling off the picnic table. I don't know. But anyway.
And I don't know how many people's ever had an awning break like that, but we didn't have the right tools for that job.
I mean, we didn't even have a ladder, and we have discussed getting a ladder in the past, and do you really need it for as much space as it's going to take up? And yeah, maybe we should have gone ahead and
so I went through 3 drill bits to try to get all the rivets out of it, and then of course there was those what you call it, had compressions on them. Didn't know if they were going to sling out, push in. She's wanting to help, she wanting to stand in the way. I said, please get back before you get hurt. So, but anyway, long story short,
we got it off.
We got it out of there. We're still married.
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt.
Didn't have all the right tools, but we made it happen.
We actually laughed about it when it was all said and done, to a degree.
And of course, when you're RVing, you can't take every tool with you. You can't have, a 10-foot ladder. I mean, I guess you could probably have something that's collapsible or whatever. That might be an investment in our future. But, like, who would think that you're going to need a drill and drill bits to
I'm getting
to
a
do
Sawzall
that,
now.
or a Sawzall or whatever. Like, how do you even prepare for anything and everything that could go wrong? So, I guess with what we had, we did all right with what we had. We got the job done.
In the rain. We did this in the rain.
Yeah, because the rain didn't stop.
So, hopefully this will teach somebody, show somebody.
If y'all can get some
laughter out of it, amusement out of it. But I would bring your awnings in. Ours are supposed to dump. It didn't dump. It came crashing down. So I'm going to go back to when we get the awning back up there, that I only use it when I'm sitting underneath it. And if I'm not underneath it.
I'm glad you weren't underneath it when it came down. It would have clobbered you.
Hit you in the noggin.
Yep, right in the head.
But anyway, guys, that's it for this Tuesday Talks. We just wanted to show you what can happen out there camping every single day. So.
And it wasn't windy.
No,
I don't know if he said that or not. It
no.
wasn't even windy. It was just raining. It was a lot of rain because it rained for 3 days straight. But it was just rain, and we didn't leave it out for 3 days straight. He literally put it out for me to walk the dogs. And then when I came back in, couldn't at first because we have an app. We couldn't get the app to work right,
busy.
And the control panel wasn't quite doing what it's supposed to. And yeah, then it just came down. So
if you're enjoying,
enjoying these videos, enjoying our mishaps,
Make sure you guys like it. Don't
Ring
give
the-
me a thumbs down. Only
Thumbs up.
likes.
Ring the bell
Hit the subscribe
and
button.
subscribe. You know, all the things we talk about every time.
And until the next time we find you camping,
Until the next time you find us camping.
whatever.
Safe travels, y'all.